Hey, it's Jake Gagne. Thanks for watching MotoAmerica on YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe. Keep tuning in.
But there goes Jake Gagne. He's got a half a bike length. Herron's got position, and JD Beach on the 95 trying to go up the inside. But it is going to be Gagne who sweeps around the outside. But Josh Herron will lead the way for the moment as they go down the hill.
Did you see how Gagne let off there a little bit on the inside? There's a big rolling bump there, Greg, that will literally move your bike over 4 feet. So he did a smart thing. Gagne is obviously knew that and let off as they went down into turn number 2. Now they're rolling through these S's. It was a great start from JD Beach, who got pinched off just a little bit there up in that tricky turn 1. Escalante there, and you can see Matthew Schultz has done a tremendous job coming from 9th on the grid to slot himself into 4th early on.
Liking what I'm seeing from these riders. Josh Herron has showed tremendous speed, but it's going to be who gets the drive onto the back straightaway with the draft and pass maneuver. There goes Gagne. He's trying to go up the inside of Herron. Herron trying to get that Ducati stopped, but he is way off the apex, and he's going to lose 2 positions in one shot, or is it just one? It's going to be just one, as Escalante on the 54 in 3rd place isn't able to take advantage, but Herron comes right back in the draft. He's got position up the inside because the next corner they go to is a left-hander, and Herron retakes the lead as it's all fight for the Californian.
And when you watch that, you see Herron even gave Jake a little bit of room there to do something on the outside, and Gagne was able to turn that bike back up underneath him on the exit of that corner. So Gagne now leads through this little stadium section for the first time. Escalante able to go with both of them at the moment. So really nice stuff from Richie Escalante there on the 54. You see Schultz, PJ Jacobson, and JD Beach running back there in 4th, 5th, and 6th respectively. This is a big, long right-hander, Greg, that we spoke about earlier. This is 3 corners that you can literally take as one big, long corner. And look at how fast Gagne was through there.
It's been a number of years that Gagne has been on this fresh and lean progressive Yamaha R1, but it's been the last couple of weeks where this team came here to Circuit of the Americas and did some testing, and they started to mess with a lot of stuff, Jason. Geometry, spring rates, all kinds of things, and they've gotten it better and better, and then they go to pit race and they keep in that direction. And Gagne says this is the best motorcycle he's had to fight with, so it's really good to do a fast lap. But in those situations we saw in lap 1 when he had to fight with Josh Herron, Jake Gagne is saying that this is the best weapon that he's had so far on this team.
And don't you think, when you think of like how long he's been there, him going to Portugal almost around this time last year, I know the Portuguese World Superbike round is in a couple weeks. Remember, this team went there last year and they came back with a whole different thought process of what they wanted to do with this R1. As you see, Escalante now takes a stab and gets up underneath Herron before turn 8. Herron turns it back though, gets underneath him. This is the slowest one of the S's, and then you accelerate into a blind fast. They're going to short shift here up to 4th gear over the top brow of that hill, Greg. And it's really bumpy down through there as well. Escalante has another look to try to come up the inside. It's so easy to make a small error of judgment getting down in there, and it allowed PJ to pull up alongside of that Ducati and go past. Now, for JD Beach, he's going to have to try to make quick work of Herron as well. The thing about what Josh does is he'll hang on. He'll do everything he can to hang on to the back of whoever.
Down below the boiling point. So now across the stripe, it's Gagne with a 4.2 second lead over Escalante, and of course the 99 PJ Jacobson goes into 3rd spot, and taking over 4th into turn number 1 is going to be JD Beach.
Yeah, that's going to be a great pass for JD. You saw him just get into the back, that draft there of Herron as they came up.
It was pretty shocked. Here's the battle for 6th place, Jason, and leading the way is Tytler's BMW rider. The 23 is Corey Alexander, your stock 1000 champ from last year. And there's Bobby Fong, the rider that can do it all. Your
riding everything.
Super Sport champion from a couple years ago, who races a variety of classes. Also has a full-time job with Dainese. His leather sponsor is also his employer. And then right behind him is Ashton Yates. And Ashton really put in some good laps in qualifying earlier in the day today.
He's been riding great all year. Bobby Fong looking to take a shot now here. You're going to see him go up underneath Corey Alexander into turn number 19. Corey's had a pretty tumultuous, he's had a really hard last couple of rounds. You know,
he certainly has.
Oh, Bobby, did he outbrake himself, catch false neutral, or just lose power? We've already seen one of the motors expire in that wrenched R1 earlier this weekend, yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know. It might even been a transmission thing for him.
Yeah, that's like a false neutral type of thing. But for Corey, he's just had a tough run, and he's on. The
arrival of these two, that's 2nd and 3rd place. It's 4 seconds the gap. a 2:10.9 for Escalante to a 2:10.1 for JD Beach. So Beach was able to get back 0.8 of a second.
Fastest guy on the track on the night is the 95, and he's done it by quite a wide margin. 0.8 of a second quicker than the guy in front of him. 2:11.5 for Gagne up front, who's got this thing on cruise. So it's really going to be up to JD right now. See that big bump there, huh?
Yeah, it was just going over the curbing there, and I don't think he was. Riders have done that before, Jay, but not at that angle.
Well, to be honest with you, talking to the riders and even experiencing it a little bit last week, in turn 3 over the curbing, we've seen a lot of MotoGP riders and things go over it, but there's a bump now. A lot of these guys now are using the curbing in turn 4. So they're going around the 1 and 3. They're going over the curbing in turn 4. Escalante's done a good job responding here through those S's. JD Beach was not able to close in at all through the XS section. So Escalante probably got the hurry up from his team to let him realize that, hey, it's not +1 anymore. He's got a nice little gap back to JD Beach now. He's not going to be under any threat in the braking zone at the end of this straightaway.
Richie Escalante in second place, looking to get his first Medallia Superbike podium on that Vision Wheel M4X Star Suzuki with half a lap to go. JD Beach not within striking distance, looking to put his fresh and lean progressive Yamaha on the podium for the first time in a while as Escalante is getting all over the racetrack. JD's getting closer and closer.
Yeah, that's going to be in first gear. He got the thing obviously spinning up. Did Escalante, so that bike spun up on him and wheelied. That allowed JD Beach to gain a little bit of time. This is where Richie's going to have to be absolutely perfect. As you can see, that bike starting to tie itself up a little bit now. He's going to have to be perfect through this long right-hand section because JD Beach had the rear tire lit up on the exit of this one a lap ago, but he could go down the inside if given the chance, and he doesn't do it there, but he might be able to do it here. I think Richie's got this.
Here comes JD.
See if he has a go. Yep, no.
Final corner, onto the front straightaway we go. Gagne's already there. He'll come across the stripe and take his 10th win of the season. And to the line they come. JD Beach wheel in the air. A podium finish, and he's happy. But Richie Escalante and his team over the moon. And so it's going to be a pair of fresh and lean progressive Yamahas. And in the middle is going to be the Vision Wheel M4X Star Suzuki of Richie Escalante, who finally gets it done, with PJ Jacobsen in 4th, Matthew Skoltz in 5th. And that long, hot race has come to a conclusion, and you can see that on the beach. And then PJ Jacobsen able to bring it home in 4th with Skoltz in 5th. Corey Alexander, Bobby Fong, and Ashton Yates. What a battle they had. And Mesa in his debut in 9th place. Let's get down to Hannah, who has our winner.
And probably with that flag, that's mighty special.
And I believe it's Colin Edwards up there giving out the podium there. That's pretty cool for these guys. World Superbike champ.
There's some royalty for you, handing out the trophies here. Absolutely. PJ Jacobsen, BMW right there in 4th, doing a nice job.